What's good, YouTube? I know you may have probably seen this video pop up before on my channel, but little did I know that it had no audio on it. And video was up for like 3 weeks, and I just not realized. I was like, oh wow, because I went back through my video gallery thing, and then I tapped on the video. I was like, wow, there is no audio on this video. So now I'm have to record the video all over again. So yeah. But anyways, welcome in, and this is my part three of characters who I believe they should add into Marvel Rivals. And the first person I want to start off with is Nova. And the Nova specifically who I'm talking about is Richard Rider. I know a lot of people probably know about the other Nova, probably more. I think Roman Day is his name. But then when I grew up on more was Richard Rider in the Ultimate Spider-Man show. I know how y'all feel about it. Ugh, it's bad. Oh, it's gross. Spectacular Spider-Man is better. I know how I feel about it, but that's the Spider-Man show I grew up on. Okay, so that's Richard Rider's the Nova I know the most. But anyways, just for a little like origin background story of who Nova is for people who don't know. He is a high school student from New York, and he was chosen by the last surviving Nova Corps member, Roman Day, to be given the powers of Nova to him. So he's kind of like the he got the mantle passed down to him from Roman Day because he was dying, whatever. Or I don't know if he was dying, but he inherited his power in his uniform. So, yeah. And his powers are super strength, durability, light, energy blast, and he can also survive in space. And he's obviously part of the Nova Corps, like I said before. He's a part of the peacekeeping force, or he's a peacekeeping force. And he also has a big role in the Annihilation event, I think, in the comics. Let's see. I'm trying to see what his kit be. Okay, his kit. First off, before we get into his kit, they should probably make him a hovering type character, kind of like Angela, kind of like Human Torch, Johnny, kind of like Iron Man, Ultron, Storm. Get the gist. They should make him a hovering type character. But, make it to where, well, he's melee, and yeah, hovering type character. His melee attack would be probably like a kick or something like that. His main thing would probably be his energy blast. But make it to where it's like, make it to where it differentiates from Iron Man. So it's not just like pow, pow, just, these like spurts of power blast make it to like where it like holds on a little bit. Kind of like Ultron, I guess. His first ability could be either like a charging type thing to where like he has to like maintain his power, like in his energy blast. So it's not just like it's not overpowered. So it's like it makes sense. And they could go the hybrid routes where he is like he can also go on the ground, but also he can fly, kind of like Rogue, I guess. His alt definitely should be like to where he like goes, like, he gets like overcharged with his power, and then like he uses his blast and like just does a crazy amount of damage. And then yeah, what role he should be? Probably they could probably make him a healer too. I can think about that because I think pretty sure he has like drones or like these like little mechanisms like that hovers over him, so they could probably make it to where make him a healer. If they could probably like make it to where those mechanisms like shoot out heals too. Kind of cool if they did that. So they can make him a healer, make him DBS, and yeah, one of those or a hybrid. I always go hybrid route. And yeah, Strider be a cool addition to this game. Second person, I don't know how I feel about her, or I should say, I know how I feel about her actress specifically. But I believe that Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, they could add her into the game. I don't know. Put your weapons down, put your guns down, put your spears, your pitchforks. I know how I feel about Brie Larson or whatever. I kind of think that little hate train of her kind of died down a little bit. But I know there's probably still people who feel some type of way about her. I think she's all right. But yeah, a little background for Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. I'm pretty sure a lot of people know who she is. But for people who don't, she's a Air Force pilot, or she was an Air Force pilot, and she also was in NASA. She was a security chief, and she got the powers of, or she got her powers from an explosion from some Kree technology, and then yeah, the power kind of like imbued its way into her body, and then it kind of like gave her powers. And then so her abilities are super strength, speed, durability, flight. She can also absorb power, right? She can absorb energy or whatever, and then project the energy back onto, or project it back out. She also has this thing called Seventh Sense, and for like precognition, and she is also a trained combatant and a spy. She also has this form, like where she kind of transforms. It's called her binary form. It's where it's like she can like gains this like, she's like sound like an upgrade, kind of like a boost in power to where like, she can fly faster. Her power is multiplied. She can blast people. And yeah. So her kit, well, first off, her role should definitely be a tank. That can make her a hybrid character too, to where she can be on the ground, but also she can make it to where she can fly. Kind of like Adam Warlock, kind of like Rogue. I already said this before with Nova. Um, her melee attack could be like a headbutt or something. Like kind of cool if she did that. Don't think we have a character in this game that can headbutt somebody as a melee attack yet, so it's kind of cool. Her basic attack could be, she's probably a fighter more than anything. Kind of cool, or more like a combatant type character. And then one of her abilities could be her energy blast, and another ability could be her absorbing the energy from other people and then projecting it back onto other people. Kind of like, does anybody do that in this game yet? I don't think so. I think the closest thing we have of that in this game is probably, it's fantastic, his little like forms where he like takes up damage and he pushes it back out kind of thing. He's like the only character in this game so far. Maybe I'm wrong. That can like absorb energy per se and then can dish it back out. But kind of like that. And her alt obviously could be her binary form. She transforms real quick and then like her powers are stronger. She's stronger. And make it to where like her abilities have no cooldown. That kind of OP a little bit, so I don't know how they would probably do that. But obviously make her binary form, but I don't know what they would do with it specifically. But it's where it's probably like one move, or it can make it to where it's like her whole kit is just amplified. But they're probably too OP, so probably just make it to where like some type of like special move. But yeah, Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers would be a great addition to this game. Third person I want to talk about is, let's do my lists. Let's do Mr. James Rhodey, Mr. War Machine. You'd be a great character in this game too. And probably some people probably thinking, oh, but shouldn't he just be a skin to Iron Man? Well, I feel like they definitely could add in way more things with War Machine that they can with Iron Man. Because you know how Rhodey's thing is like, his giant guns, his weaponry, his artillery. That's how they differentiate him from Iron Man. So yeah, obviously make him a tank. He's more durable than Iron Man. Make it to where he can just take on a lot more damage. Makes it where he's also a brawler type character, but also makes it where he can fly. So it makes it where he can punch people, make it to where like his punches and like his melee attacks, they like you can make it just like they feel heavy and they actually like do dish out a good amount of damage. But also makes it where he can fly, and then his ability could be his guns or some of his guns probably like his like wrist guns, and another ability could be his little shoulder cannon thing, to where like maybe it's not like a thing you have to aim, you just press a button and then it will lock on to any of your opponents or your enemies around you, and it automatically just shoot out bullets or whatever, and you just automatically attack them. So you don't have to aim; it'll just be there. Just anybody who's in his radius or like in his pathway, just lock onto them and then just shoot at you. That's kind of cool. They did that. His alt. What was alt be? Oh, his alt would obviously be his. It's kind of it's kind of spoilers, but it's not like a giant spoiler. It's not like crazy about them. What I do with spoilers, I will bring up the menu, and then when I'm done talking about spoilers, I will take it down. So 3, 2, 1. So we know how the airport battle in Captain America: Civil War, when he is fighting Ant-Man, and we can see him like take out all of his guns and his weapons to shoot down that little airport cart thing. So that obviously be his alt. That'd be kind of cool. They did that. So yeah, have his alt be his like use every single gun that he has, and then like lasers or whatever. That's kind of cool. And missiles, rockets, whatever he has, they want to add to him in the game. But yeah, War Machine Rhodey would be a great addition to this game as a tank. Okay, we could definitely use more flyers as tanks, even though they're probably annoying, but you only have like one like true flyer, and that's Angela as a tank. Where's she at? There she is. Everybody else kind of like has a. I think she's literally the only person that flies as a tank. I'm pretty sure so far. Rogue, she can fly too, but like it's kind of like it's a time thing. It's not like a permanent thing that she can do. But yeah, Thor he can like dash, but he can't really fly. And yeah, actually let's go back to Nova real quick. There's spoilers, so I'm gonna bring up the menu again. 3, 2, 1. So we know in the MCU how in Avengers: Infinity War we hear that Thanos decimated Xandar, and I always wonder, okay, so if he decimated Xandar, then that means probably they're all dead, or some of them survived, and maybe Roman Day, he got his powers or whatever. And I always wondered, like, did he meet up with Richard Rider at some point? Did he give his powers to him? Because I always wondered that. It was like they said he decimated Xandar, so were there any survivors? Did anybody have the powers of Nova? Because we seen Roman Day before in Guardians of the Galaxy movie, but we never seen him use his powers. Like I don't know if he had his powers. I don't know if he gained them. But I always wondered that they always say like, oh, he decimated Xandar. He took the stone. But like, so there's no Nova Corps members that has powers. Did nobody gain powers or whatever? Did Roman Day meet up Richard Rider at some point? He gave them to him. Because there's been rumors like for years that we're gonna get like a Nova project. We're gonna get a Nova movie. We're gonna get a Nova TV show. Nova's gonna appear in this. Nova's gonna be in the Avengers movie. Nova's gonna be in this movie. It's just like we haven't seen anything. So maybe after Avengers: Secret Wars, we'll get after the reset. Maybe we'll get in more characters who we haven't really seen or have been rumored to be in the MCU for a long time, and now hopefully after all these years we'll probably get them. But yeah, anyways, done with spoilers, and yeah, let's go on to the fourth person I feel like they should have had is Gladiator, and probably some of y'all are like, oh, who's Gladiator? He's not like a big character. I feel like, but a lot of people like a lot of probably like the original X-Men cartoon from the '90s. Probably y'all know him from there. That's where I know him from. And some few other games I've played, but that's where I got know him from. But the majority probably know him from the X-Men cartoon. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, Kyle Ark, I think is his real name, and he is a very powerful alien superhero. He's a leader of the Shi'ar Imperial Guard. Hopefully I said that right. He has a lot of strength. His powers are his immense strength. He has speed. He has invulnerability, and he's very confident. Apparently, that's what it says. He's a Strontiant from the planet Strontia. Hopefully I said that right. Probably didn't. Apologize if I did say it right. uh, he has heat vision also. He can fight. He has super breath. He's kind of like a Superman of the Marvel universe, even though I hate to bring up another franchise, another company and brand or whatever, but he's basically what he is. Basically what he is. A lot of people like to say like, oh, but Century is more Superman, but no, I feel like Gladiator is more Superman than he is. But yeah, make Gladiator a tank. I know you're probably, oh, how many times are you gonna say a tank? We need more tanks in this game. We need more people to be brought in the tank role. There's only like 5 of us left. The other tank players are fake. They're only picking tank because they're not working out their other issues in their matches. So they're like, oh, I'm gonna run the tank. But it's crazy how I go up against a triple tank comp more than anybody else. I feel like, and then I'm the only person that is playing tank on my team. But anyways, let's go back to Gladiator. Not my little rant. Yeah, make him a tank. Melee attack could be like a fast punch. I feel like could be his thing. Also make him a hybrid type character. Make it to where he can box people, fight, close quarter combat type stuff, piece people up. One of his abilities could be his heat vision. Another ability could be his what is it called? Super breath. Yeah, it could be super breath. Uh, his alt. I'm not sure what his alt could be. Maybe the because he's like a combat type character. I feel like so maybe like his the more you get kills or whatever, the more you do more damage. It'll like boost up your alt, even though it's kind of like a natural thing, but like make it to where like it's his confidence. It's like a confidence meter for him. And like more you get more kills, this is like, oh, I'm getting more powerful. And then like it gets to like a point where it he like gets like his strongest, and then it's just like his powers more amplified or whatever. And then yeah, but that's what they could do with his alt. Because I'm not really sure. Not really sure what else they could do with it. But yeah, Gladiator will be a cool addition to this game. Another flying tank would be nice. One more character I feel like they could add. What's the one more character in this video? Is do Archangel. But obviously I'm just this little background real quick. He's a Archangel. He's a founding member of the X-Men. He's one of the OG X-Men from the comics. He has these like feathered wings, and he flies. This whole thing like he can fly, and he's just like rich. He was born into wealth. He's very rich family, and he got taken over by Apocalypse. Got captured by Apocalypse. Then he got turned into one of the Horsemen, I believe, of Apocalypse. And so that's why he became Archangel. He got this like his metallic wings, and he is like his whole like face got turned purple or whatever. So that's why he looked like that. That's why he became Archangel. And with Archangel, Angel, I feel like they could think about making him a tank or a DPS. They could do it right. This whole thing is flight, so they make him like one of the fastest flyers in the game. His melee attack could be him like doing like a fan of his wings while it's like hitting people. Kind of cool. His other one of his abilities could be like one of those his like daggers that can shoot out from his feathers, his metal feathers, and they'll like shoot out and hit people. Kind of like we saw Sam do in Captain America: Brave New World, where he has like these daggers in his wings that shoot out, kind of like so he can probably do that. What else? Probably make it to where his other abilities could be like a dash, like some type of dashing move, maybe. And then when his alts could be probably like a swooping, like swishing move. So he does like this like dive attack, and like whoever's like in his pathway, they get hit by his wings, and they like get it does a lot of damage. Or they can also do like probably like a tornado attack, kind of like Storms, where she like does this tornado attack with like her powers, but makes it where like he's like going around his enemies and like his daggers are hitting them too. Kind of cool. And he's also like doing like a spinning move and like hitting them with his wings. They probably do that too. But yeah, Angel could definitely be a cool addition to this game. And so that is part 3 of people or characters who I feel like they should add into Marvel Rivals. And I do apologize for not having audio for 3 weeks in this video and just not finding out. That was crazy. But anyways, yeah, let me know in the comments who y'all would want to see in this game. Tell me what abilities who y'all wish I would give to those characters or to these characters that I put in this video. What y'all would do different, which I want to expand upon in this game, or what new powers that they could add into this game. But yeah, I'm done chatting. I'm out.